Hey, what's up everybody? ESAM here bringing you another video. This one going to be a video about tournament saturation slash burnout slash whatever. Nakat recently made a video, and I'll link it down below in the description, first line, that he was talking about tournament oversaturation and a few points that you're like tired, you travel too much, and all these different pros and cons for a bunch of these tournaments, and I just wanted to kind of give my opinion because he kind of asks for it a little bit at the end. Burnout is kind of a thing like, you do it to yourself. Burnout is 100% your own fault. Like, if I get tired of going to events, that's my fault because I went to too many events, and that just kind of happens. Like, if I want to go to this event and then oh suddenly this event popped up, and then oh suddenly this event popped up, and then oh suddenly this event popped up, and I go to 5 events, you know, in a row, or maybe with one break in the middle, I get tired, and I definitely do. You definitely can talk to MBD about me going like, ugh, I have to travel again this week, and it's like, oh really, you're complaining about traveling? You know, it's something that's like one of those like first world problem type of things. But it definitely does take a toll on you, as Nakat mentioned. You do get tired, you can't make your content. For me, I'm a streamer and a YouTuber, and both suffer a lot when I'm traveling all the time. Not only because I feel like the content or the quality of the content is lower, but also there's less content, and for me personally, I have to get home on Monday. I'm probably not going to do anything that Monday, right? Because I'm just tired from an event. And then Tuesday and Wednesday are the 2 days that I have to stream twice, and then attempt to make 2 or 3 YouTube videos, and then to leave on Thursday for a different major, or Friday maybe. So you have 3 days to make like 5 days of content, and it's stressful. It's a lot of time, and suddenly, you know, I'm unable to do other things like spend time with my family, spend time with non-gaming friends, you know, and sleep maybe. So it is a problem for sure, but at the same time, burnout is 100% your own fault, and the reason that people have burnout in the first place is because of tournament oversaturation. But to me, tournament oversaturation isn't really a problem, and here's why. There aren't typically multiple events in the same region on the same weekend, or even in the same region in different weekends. Like, for the most part, you are going to be traveling to different parts of the country at all different times, and it's really hard for, you know, not top players, non-pros, non-sponsored players to go to this event, and then the next event, and then the next event, all in different areas of the country slash the world. So people are definitely only going to be able to go to the majors in your, you know, relative area, which is why California is really lucky, because you guys have a major every month with the 2GG circuit, and that's another thing which I'll get to a little later. Circuits are really important. We'll talk about that a little later. So you know, let's see Combo Breaker and MomoCon. The people that were going to go to MomoCon in terms of the not pros are going to be Georgia locals, Louisiana locals, Alabama locals, the Carolinas, maybe Tennessee. Those are the people, or maybe North Florida as well. Those are the people that are going to be going to MomoCon other than the top players. For Combo Breaker, it's going to be the Midwest, so you think Michigan, Illinois, Ohio, areas that are closer to Chicago, and those are going to be those type of players, and then also the top players that are going to that. So there's 2 events in one weekend, but 90% of the people that are going to those events wouldn't have gone to the other anyway, just because of cost. You know, there are plenty of events in different areas of the country that all need their spotlight. And in my opinion, that is a fine thing, which is why obviously a circuit that had more areas of the country would be really, really nice. You know, no shots to the 2GG circuit, but it is definitely somewhat detrimental that the entire circuit is on West Coast. You know, every single tournament is in SoCal, and so it centralizes SoCal, and that's the place you have to go. And if you don't live in SoCal, you have to travel to SoCal every month if you want to get in the circuit, or you win an event, whatever. And that's all. It's really stressful, and it's not exactly fair, I guess I would say, but at the same time, Esports Arena does an amazing job. It's no shots to them. Again, this isn't something negative on 2GG at all, or Esports Arena. Like, this is just something that talks about like the logistics of majors and stuff like that in general. The ideal way to have tournaments is you have your one you want to focus on per month. So let's say June, CEO, July, Evo, August, SmashCon. You know, for example, if you are a pro or you have enough money to spend that you want to go to all these events, you should really have one tournament in mind per month that you want to go to, and everything else is extra. For me, I try to travel every other week, so like 2 events a month, and then maybe some locals here and there in terms of like a TGL or something else in South Florida, like Central Florida, something I can just drive to that. So ideally, in a world where the circuit is spanning all across the country, so you have an event in Texas, you have an events in SoCal, you have events in, let's say, like Seattle, because Pacific Northwest, you have something in Florida, you have something in Virginia, you have something in New York, New Jersey, you have something in Chicago, or somewhere like in the Midwest. So if you had all those different events, you could have maybe your 1 event per month, your 1 event per 2 month, that is like you have to go to it if you're like a pro trying to, or if you're trying to become a professional and you want to like go to those major events, and those are the ones you have to focus on, and then you can supplement your other time with other events. But honestly, burnout is just time management. If people take this game so seriously that to the point where they go to a tournament and then the day they get home they're practicing, and then they're practicing for 7 days straight, and then they go to another tournament, and then they come back and then they practice, and then they go to a tournament, and there's no rest for them. You have to keep yourself healthy. It is your job to keep yourself healthy with time management and, you know, just having those other areas of your life still be met, like friends and family and relaxation and all the things you need to do in order to not make yourself go crazy and to not get burned out. And yeah, you might feel it if you're trying to be on the up and coming way. You want to go to every single tournament because you want the most experience possible. But again, because it's actually a double-edged sword, there are a lot of tournaments, so you feel like you have to go to all of them. But on the other side of that coin, you know, there are so many tournaments, so you can skip one and you'll still be fine. You know, you don't have to go to every single tournament to prove yourself. You can wait a week, you can wait 2 weeks, you can wait a month, and there will still be another tournament whatever weekend you want to travel. There's something there for you, and you can definitely, you know, get your fill and then go back and just focus on locals, or focus on, let's say if you're in school or college or just a normal job, whatever. Like, you can take your time to focus on those events or to focus on whatever you have to do, because everything, like, there will be a tournament in the future regardless. Like, yeah, you want to go to EVO, you want to go to CEO, you want to go to, you know, whatever, insert tournament, Big House, you know, Genesis. So you can make sure that you are able to go to those tournaments and then go to anything else you can, but at the same time, please schedule your time correctly, because it is very stressful to have to go to all those events. And I go to a lot. I've traveled, I think, 9 or 10 times over the past 3 months. So like 12 weekends, I've traveled 9 or 10 times. It's a lot. And so that was my plan, because I know I can handle it. But that is not necessarily indicative of what you can handle, because every single person is different. And so you really have to make sure that you are able to handle whatever load you're putting on, whether it's, you know, work and then smash, or smash and then work, and then social, and then family, and then whatever you have to do. Just make sure that you are able to do it, because no one's going to get mad at you for going to too many events or not enough events. Like, you're going to be fine either way. So just please make sure that you are, you know, support your local majors, because those I feel like are the most important, because the majority of the people will be the people from your area. So let's say, you know, let's DreamHack. The majority of the people were from Texas, and then you had your top players that traveled from a few other areas. But 80–90% of the tournament is the local scene, so please support your local majors. That's the most important thing. Go to whatever else you can, the big majors if you want to prove yourself, and then, you know, go to whatever you can without burning yourself out, because it is very, very important that you don't burn yourself out, because you start having a lot less fun with the game. And again, it's a video game. It's supposed to be fun. That's the point. And yeah, that's going to be about it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, social media, Panda, and partner stuff is down below, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.